Hello and welcome to another Baggy's beer review. So actually a homebrew review and actually a homebrew update. So before Christmas this was released, St. Peter's Plum Porter. I actually won the competition on St. Peter's Facebook page by naming the kit they were going to release. Didn't even know what the kit was, just said St. Peter's. I mean, I was also hoping for the Christmas ale, but you know, you can't win them all, can you? So I brewed this. I did not touch it, did not up the ABV like I normally do. And yeah, so that was just before Christmas. The first tasting was at Christmas time. I did another review. So we're now in March, like the, what is it, 7th of March? I ain't got a clue. Somewhere along them lines. And here it is. Ignore the fact it's in a Pepsi bottle because, you know, 1.25 litres. Get in. It's room temperature. It's been in the shed. The shed's proper chilly. So it's been in the shed. So, nice pop there. Lively. Oof. Oh, smell that plum. Just going to take me time to pour it so I don't get, you know, 3/4 head and yeah. I gave this to a local newspaper beer reviewer. She does beer review. Well, she does beer reviews, but she does like a beer columnist. And let me just wipe that because. So there we go. Look at the pour. Apologies for the glass. I mean, decent glasses are in the shed. Black pour, slightly off-white head. That's a good head on there. Look at that. Good homebrew head. Oh, the plum. Muntons, who make this for St. Peter's, have done a fantastic job. Gotta be honest, look at that. Gotta say, one of the best, and certainly for the price, beer kits on the market. For exactly doing what it says it's going to do. And look at that, the head's getting bigger. If you're a fan of St. Peter's Plum Porter, then make no mistake. If you can brew it and stick to what it says, be patient, let it do its thing, you're going to get yourself a nice beer. Absolutely delicious. Oh. And now the ABV is literally 5%, I think. Yep, 5%. And it's tasting good. Smells good. I did a comparison video between this and the commercial version in bottle. There was only complexities in the commercial version that just beat this, but it was absolutely pretty damn bloody close. You know, you're brewing that at home. You know, this is a brewery that makes some of the best beer in the country, traditional beers. And for the kit to be that good that you can brew this at home and get it so close. Oh. And I'm going over to St. Peter's Brewery, literally a week on Friday, so literally 9 days time. We're stopping over in a place called Caister-on-Sea, near Great Yarmouth, basically for me. And we're making a couple of stops in the day, and like most people, it's been challenging in the last few months, you know, with the cost of living crisis, and, car issues, kitchen issues, although the kitchen issues are actually at an end. And yeah, and you know, trying to save up for a wedding vow renewal, which is what we're doing. 25 years married, saving up for that, and it's literally, you know, when you're surrounded by stuff coming in, and like most people, you want to tick boxes, and defeat, and you know, losing the Boo, the Charlie, the dog. That was a terrible blow. We knew it was coming. Obviously, we're not daft, but it was a terrible blow. But it's times like this when you're drinking something like this that you can, you know, raise a glass to you know, um, to what has been, to what you've won. And I think on the whole, we are stronger now than we were 3 months ago. Yeah, certainly stronger. So, as you can see, I'm doing a homebrew review now. I absolutely love this beer. I've loved it. This, the Titanic Plum Porter. I wish Titanic did beer kits. They make some amazing beers too. You know, I've got breweries, I'm sure we all have, we've got breweries around the country. And we absolutely love their beers. They may not be the best beers, but we absolutely love them. And they have a special significance, a special place in our hearts. Locally to Nottingham, there are several breweries. Lincoln Green holds a special place in the Baggy heart, primarily because some amazing traditional beers. They were the only local brewery that came forward and asked me to do a brew day with them, specifically for a Raggy's beer. I did get on another brew day with Bang the Elephant, Urban Chicken, and a load of the nano breweries, but nothing can compete with what happened that day. Supposedly going to be another one soon. Supposedly 2 or 3 brew days coming up, but until they happen, not really going to say anymore now. I think you know, I'll only make a fool of myself if I announce these things. You know, better to wait and see it happens than to say, oh yeah, this is happening, and nothing ever transpires. You know, it's like it's a bit of a, you know, I mean, I suppose time's a factor on some of them. I mean, for me, like here tonight, I'm brewed this tonight. Yeah, starting to do its thing. This is going to be a wickedly strong pour. I think this, by the time I come down in the morning when it's when the yeast has kicked in, it's going to be bubbling at some pace, and it should be very bloody interesting. But yeah, looking forward to progressing with the homebrew. You know, I think homebrew is amazing, especially in the time where, you know, people are struggling for money and who love beer, but just, you know, simply can't afford to spend the money they're spending. And you know, like this St. Peter's Porter, plum flavour porter, it does what it says: full bodied, dark, fruity. Yeah, all of that. And I wanted to relive it tonight, see what it was like, see how it was going. It's aging beautifully. What would I like to do? I'd like to make a stronger version. Use the kit. Maybe get some, is it spray malt or something? Keep the body, but up the ABV. Maybe get a bit of plum essence to chuck in. Try and get it to about 9%. And maybe in a brew, get a is it 300ml, 500ml bottle? And in a brew, chuck a 500ml bottle in, either of a bourbon or whiskey, or even sherry, and make it a sherry, like an aged sherry plum porter. Age it for so many months, and see where it goes. You know, always interesting to see what people say and what people do on that. And obviously, I've got multiple brews coming up over the next few weeks. I need to clear some room though first before I do, and then start barrel aging. I'm going to barrel age this. I am going to add rum and raisin to this one behind me, the double chocolate stout. God knows what ABV it's going to come at. I need to look on the calculator to understand what ABV it will come out at. I'm not sure if it's about 12 or 13%, or even more than that. I don't know. It should come out at the intended ABV, because of the fact that it's only the same yeast to make two kits, but I'm making two kits into one. So that yeast should work fine to burn off the sugars. And I added a kilo of sugar just to, you know, help things out a little bit. So yeah, the yeast is good yeast. I mean, I've put an extra 2 bags of sugar with just one kit, and it done it. So it came out about 11%. So for two of them to go into the same 23 litres, that's an interesting experiment nonetheless. I ain't got a clue what went off then, something's dropped. But nonetheless, anyway, it's tasting great. Certainly looks great. Look at the lacing on the glass. It smells amazing. I'm really happy with this. It's a true, it truly says that homebrew, even basic homebrew, which is what I do really, can be good. And there are tricks with basic homebrew that you can do to challenge, you know, even the professional commercial brewers, you know, to do what they do, but on a much smaller scale, and still enjoy it in a way that they do. And I'm lucky, near me, I've got some absolutely amazing people to look up to, even though they're younger than me, to look up to as brewers and what they do to push boundaries. And I like that. I'm a gardener. I push boundaries as gardener. So brewing, I want to do the same. I don't want to be someone who, you know, brews a 4% ginger beer. Bugger that. Let's go big. But anyway, yeah, all day long, good 4.4, 4.5 out of 5. Scores don't matter. It tastes amazing. That's what matters. Cheers all.